I want to start off this podcast straight off the back. Start, bench, or cut. All right, a new segment on the show. Let's get right into it. Start, bench, or cut. It's pretty self-explanatory. Give you 3 options. You're going to start, bench, or cut. It's going to be all different type of categories. So let's get started. I'm going to give my perspective, and my brother going to give his perspective too as well. So start, bench, cut.
You thought of these?
Yep, I thought of these.
Okay. All
right, start, bench, cut. My first one is PS2, PS3, or PS5. Start, bench, or cut.
I'm gonna start the P2. I'm gonna bench the P5. I'm gonna cut the P3.
I think we're at full agreement. The only thing I didn't like about the PS3 was the sound of it. When you started it up, it sounded like something was about to blow up. For real, like the PS3, it was a malfunction with the PS3. PS2
is the greatest console ever.
I agree. Often nostalgic, the gameplay, the games, and
PS2 is the greatest.
Then PS5
until this day is the highest selling system ever.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the greatest. It changed. It's the greatest PlayStation ever. Greatest system. Not even just the greatest game system ever created. I still have it. So
all right, start, bench, cut. Seafood, Mexican, or soul food.
I'm gonna start soul food. I'm gonna bench seafood. I'm gonna cut Mexican food.
See, now this where we might defer on this one. I start soul food, I bench Mexican food, and I cut seafood. And that's tough for me to say because I'm a seafood fanatic, but I would say I eat more Mexican food than I eat seafood. So, and then soul food, bro. Come on, soul food has to be started.
Yeah, you gotta start soul food. I love Mexican food, but I don't think I like it more than I would like if I told you, like, we just had the seafood bowl for Mother's Day. It was great. I would much rather. I think I'm more of a seafood guy.
I love seafood too. I think I'm more of a seafood guy.
You got salmon.
But I think I eat more Mexican food.
I eat a lot of salmon. So I eat a lot of salmon.
Okay, so I get that. And I eat a lot of shrimp. That's one of my go-tos right there. All right, next. Start, bench, cut. Let's get it interesting. Kobe, Jordan, LeBron.
Start Jordan and bench Kobe. Cut LeBron.
I'm starting Kobe. I'm benching Jordan. I'm cutting LeBron. I'm sorry.
He got Kobe at his 2.
I'm sorry, bro.
He got Kobe at his 2.
Kobe, bro. Kobe is my 1, bro. Like, Kobe is the one. Like, if people saying Jordan 2.0, I never understood it. You saying Jordan 2.0, then I don't understand how he's not in more conversations as the GOAT.
Kobe slander definitely angers me.
That don't make sense.
It angers me to the point where I really do crash out on the internet when I see Kobe slander. I hate it. Like, Mike is still like the guy for me, but like I truly get upset when I see people talking and discrediting Kobe Bryant. Like, I really hate it. And I feel like
us as millennials, our age gap, that was our GOAT, bro.
Kobe Bryant's the best
we didn't get to
player
see,
I grew up watching.
Facts, me too. We didn't get to really see Jordan. We got to hear about him.
Yeah, like I became a Jordan fan by investigating on my own, watching some DVDs, watching some YouTube videos. That's how I became a Jordan fan. But as far as like the best player I've seen watching play is Kobe Bryant.
But we was watching Kobe number 8. Kobe,
he was like a freaking superhero,
doing 360, catching 360 alley oops. Dunking on people, buzzer beaters in their face, bruh. Crossover, slam on
left hand layup at the buzzer.
What?
I mean, a left hand jumper at corner 3.
Then we watched Kobe have a whole game.
Kobe was so good.
Left-handed.
Kobe was so good. There was 2 of them, and they were both first ballot Hall of Famers.
Facts.
That's why I'm like,
yeah.
Like, what are we talking about?
Don't get his credit. He definitely don't get his credit. All right. Start, bench, cut. Ketchup, barbecue, or mumbo sauce. This is a good one. I'm starting mumbo, bro.
You starting mumbo?
I'm starting mumbo sauce.
I thought about starting mumbo, but I feel like we only use mumbo on certain things. I feel like we use more ketchup, but I'll probably start mumbo. Mumbo was definitely better than ketchup.
Correct.
But we use ketchup more often than we use mumbo.
I agree.
So I'll probably bench ketchup, start mumbo, cut barbecue.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. Dang, it's sad because barbecue got to go outside because I love some barbecue sauce. Barbecue. But I just think, like you said, I use ketchup more, and then also it matters about the mumbo sauce. Who the right mumbo sauce?
It does matter. Everybody mumbo sauce is not
only perfect. Like, I think the perfect mumbo sauce is Eddie's. That's probably one.
It's like barbecue sauce to me. It's
nah,
like
Eddie's.
Which one? Because that Lake Harbor one is red. The Lake Harbor is dark red.
That's what I'm talking about.
That joint be dark red.
That's what I'm talking about.
I feel like it's barbecue sauce.
It's 2 different Eddie's though. Both of the Eddie's I went to, the mumbo sauce is good.
I like the House of Chain over there by Mississippi Plaza. I feel like,
okay, I know what you're talking about. That's a good one too. All right, star, bench, cut. Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. I'm very interested.
I'm definitely what's who I'm starting is not difficult. I'm starting Batman.
Okay.
Don't
do it to yourself.
This is where it gets tricky. They're both in my top 3.
Superman not over Spider-Man.
They're both in my top 5.
Superman is not over Spider-Man. I've never been a huge Superman fan, so that's just me speaking.
Superman is pretty freaking great. I'll probably bench Spider-Man though.
Oh,
I'll probably bench Spider-Man and cut Superman.
You
though.
Bugging.
What you mean? You just told me Superman's not over Spider-Man. I said I was gonna bench Spider-Man.
Oh, I thought you were saying you cutting. So okay.
No, I was gonna cut. Superman. I'm cutting Superman only because I've gotten more enjoyable things out of Spider-Man. Like his movies are great, but not only movies are great, their video games are great, as well as the comics, as well as the shows.
Great point.
As far as Superman really only gave me decent movies. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say great movies. Like he had a lot of movies, but I wouldn't say they were all great. They were decent movies, really good cartoons, really great comics, obviously. But there's no video game.
And to your point, that's the reason why I have Spider-Man number 1. I have Spider-Man number 1 based off of the catalog, based off of the movies. You could say the comics. It's just more. I have more. It's more of a representation from Marvel Spider-Man than it is Superman or Batman, in my opinion. But I got Batman bench and then cut. I'm cutting Superman, bro. I'm cutting Superman. All right, start bench cut. Mario, Sonic, Pac-Man.
Pac-Man getting cut for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that.
This is crazy. I was a huge Mario guy growing up. Sonic guy too, but I think I'm gonna start Sonic because I've fallen, and I'm playing it right now. Honestly, I've fallen back in love with Sonic games. More recently, like I'm playing Sonic right now. I played Sonic Frontiers 2 years ago. I haven't gotten back into playing Mario games. There was a period of time where I stopped playing both of them. I felt like I got over, but then I've re-fallen in love again with Sonic games. So
I'm gonna say Sonic. I'm starting Mario because Mario Kart, bro. I feel like it's so legendary. The Sonic games, they're cool, but I still don't think it equates to Mario. And again,
I think
Sonic, Mario Kart.
Mario is probably still the most popular video game character, but again, Sonic had more of a catalog because Sonic was also like Mario was a trash TV show character. He was a good video game character. He had a trash TV show, and he had trash movies going on. He was strictly only good for video games. But Sonic was like that in the video games. He was like that on TV, and he's got movies now too. Mario does too, but Sonic has like 3 movies.
And Pac-Man is nostalgic, but I just think Mario and Sonic
as a character, the game obviously is iconic, but as a character, like you talk about who's your favorite, Sonic is like by far way more iconic, like and Mario like easily.
All right, start bench cut. Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's Cookout.
Chick-fil-A, and I'll do what you want with the other 2. I've never even had Raising Cane's, so I'm Raising Cane's.
I'm starting Chick-fil-A because I eat it more. I'm benching Cookout. It's fire, bro. Raising Cane's.
Cookout is good.
Raising Cane's might be the most overrated.
I've never even had Raising Cane's yet.
Chicken spot of all time, bro. That might be my hot take. I don't even know if it's a hot take. Raising Cane's is so overrated, bro.
I've never had Raising Cane's. I thought it's just tenders.
It's just tenders and bread, which make it good, and they have some type of sauce, but like the variety you don't really have a lot of, and you could just go to Chick-fil-A. I do feel like Raising Cane's is so overrated. That goes in the boat with In-N-Out Burger for me. If you never had In-N-Out Burger, it's cool.
I have had In-N-Out Burger. It's cool.
Very overrated.
It's cool.
Yeah, very overrated.
I feel like I've definitely had a better burger.
Start bench cut. John Cena, Rock, Stone Cold.
John Cena, Rock, Stone Cold. Start Cena, bench Rock.
Dude, no, hell no. You're not cutting Stone Cold, bro. Yeah. You're not cutting the greatest wrestler of all time. Debatably,
people think that's Cena. He got 18 championships now.
No, I honestly,
first of all, my goal is the Undertaker.
My goal is John Cena. So I'm starting Cena, but also another goal of mine too. Before Cena was Stone Cold. I'm unfortunately gonna have to cut The Rock. Unfortunately,
my goal is the Undertaker. So
okay, which is fair.
But, I think I can't cut The Rock. The Rock is the greatest persona wrestling's ever seen.
Which is fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Some people may debate Undertaker or John Cena, but yeah.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about just the persona.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
The Rock
that's
is
true.
The persona.
It is.
I'm just like
that's fair.
You go back and watch those clips when he's like The Rock, I'm like,
Yeah,
yo,
come
this
on,
dude. I was like, yo, wrestling has never seen a greater like. That's what WWE is all about. It's all about being
entertainment.
a character. Like, can you be a character, entertain, and be iconic through that? Like, have attributes about yourself and things people want to mimic. Like, we talk about that. The Rock is the greatest that ever do it.
And I think all three had amazing personas as far as entertainment.
Yeah.
All right. Start bench cut. Mayweather, Ali, Tyson. This is one. I think this is the toughest question for me because for me, Mayweather is the GOAT for me in my era. But I don't know, Ali and Tyson is tough. Start bench cut. Mayweather, Ali, or Tyson. I don't know, bro. And I feel like I'm going to disrespect one of the GOATs in this.
Facts.
If I'm going...
One of them I didn't really see, so I got to cut Ali. Not because I don't like him.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I'm going to say.
I've seen more Tyson than I've seen Floyd. And I've seen Floyd more than anybody, so I'll probably start Floyd.
I'm going to start Floyd, too, and I'm going to bench Tyson.
Floyd really turned boxing into a business. Like, the way boxers get paid now are getting paid like that because of Floyd.
And after Tyson, he made it the most entertaining after Tyson, bro. We wasn't really looking at boxing like that after Tyson until Mayweather came, and then he had his run with, the Pacquiaos, the Canelos, Ricky Hattons, and Sugar Shane Mosley, Zab Judah. All that era was amazing, but Mayweather was the ripple effect after that. So I know it's gonna be some people looking out there, but look, I agree with Hugh. We didn't get a chance to watch Ali. We know he's great, but
and it's not to say that he's not the GOAT.
Right.
I'm talking about just like if I had to pick out of these three, there's not much for me to go off of because I didn't really witness it myself.
All right, two more. Start, bench, cut. Steph, Clay, AI. No, I said Steph.
I was about to say,
no. Start. No. Start, bench, cut. Steph, Kyrie, AI.
Oh, I'm about to say Clay can for surely cut.
Steph, AI, Kyrie. I'm unfortunately cutting Kyrie too. Steph is starting.
I'll probably start Steph.
Steph is starting. Bench AI.
I'll bench AI.
And I would say only because for me, Kyrie is of the ilk of AI, and AI is the original. And Steph for me is better than both of them, just overall as a player. That's
yeah. And for me, it's also about people. And we'll get into this conversation a little bit, later in the topics. But it's like for me, like people get so caught up in the in the way his game looks versus like the results. And I'm like, could they do it with Paul George? And I'm like, listen, like yes, his game is pretty. It's immaculate to look at, but like. If you look at his individual success, I promise you he's not who y'all think he is. That's what I'm saying. Like if I had to compare his individual accolades next to these other two guys, you're gonna be like, oh, like like,
I get what you're saying.
But if you just watch like who's playing, like obviously you would think that guy's better because how it looks.
If you're doing the eye test,
you would think he's better because it looks a certain way. I promise you. But I'm like, no, just off the results. Like he's not better than Steph.
He's one of them ones, but he's in a tough conversation with this. Because AI, I don't put him over AI, and I can't put him over Steph. I got Steph top 10 all time.
AI is, I would argue, top 5 in his position as shooting guard.
I agree too.
I would argue
I would definitely agree that. Last one for start bench cut, so we can get to this conversation. But start bench cut: ice cream, cookies, or brownie.
I'm starting ice cream, benching cookies, cutting brownie.
Yeah, I'm cutting brownie. I was never a brownie fan.
Okay, I ain't gonna say that.
I was never really a brownie fan. I like brownie, but I never was really. I would choose ice cream or cookies over brownies any day. Any day.
I love brownie. I love me a good brownie.
Any day of the week.
Especially if it come with ice cream. But I'm more likely to eat a cookie or ice cream before anything else.
So now let's get into the real conversation because you almost made me pop blood vessel.
Y'all was
this week. He almost made me pop blood vessel. All right, so now let's get into this conversation, y'all. And what I feel like the conversation is about is the best franchise player versus the best overall player. And what I was explaining, and I feel like he has a lot of good points too. I'm gonna have him explain it. But the best franchise player, and we were talking about the lines of the playoffs right now. Who's the superstar that's gonna get their first ring? So you have Brunson, you have SGA, you have And then you have Halliburton, who's becoming a superstar. I don't know if he's did yet. But those three in particular, I was saying, if one of them wins for their franchise, they're going to be considered the best franchise player. I feel like a chip immortalized them. For SGA and the Thunder, even though you have KD, you have Russ, who are better overall players. But as a franchise, player, they have not gotten over that hump as far as getting a championship. And what SGA is doing is also monumental too. So it's not just like it's just a regular player I'm just naming. SGA is actually going to be, and he's still young, he's going to be one of those ones. You know, he really could have back-to-back MVPs. Now he's going into a title, can possibly win a title. If he wins a title, he's immortalized with the Thunder. I think he's the best Thunder. Same goes for Brunson and Ant. Ant is a little bit more difficult because you have KG, who also won an MVP and who also took them to the conference finals. But he didn't. But Ant went to back-to-back conference finals. He's 23. If he wins this year, bro, he's immortalized, and I think he surpasses KG. Brunson is a conversation too with Patrick Ewing, and like you went back all the way to Walter Frazier, but I'm gonna keep it Patrick Ewing because you didn't just like you said, you never seen Walter Frazier
play.
Like
Knicks don't have rings; they have rings because of Walt Frazier.
This is
somebody else,
and this is 50 years ago,
but they
bro.
still have it.
And okay, got no rings. But look, if it happened. But I'm just be honest with you. Basketball wasn't as prevalent, as popular as it was today. And what I will
do that to a championship.
I will say, just like how you said earlier, I didn't get to see him play for real. So I wouldn't even bring
the argument of rings.
And
I don't think ring trumps my two rings.
I don't even think he doesn't even get brought up as the greatest nigga all time next to Patrick Ewing. But people
but I was just going based off what you said. But I'm going. Russell was a ring. I'm like,
yes, because immortalize him.
One beat my two.
Immortalize him forever, bro. Because guess what? The Knicks haven't been a good franchise in 50 years. Hugh,
you are correct.
In 50 years. That's kind of where I'm going with that.
Actually not 50 years. They were good in the 2000s.
I get your point.
They went far in the 2000s.
They haven't won a ring in 50 years, Hugh.
Yes. Who was the last person to win it?
Bruh, I'm not. Okay. If that's the argument, if that's the hill which you're going off. But I'm also going off of star power, and I'm also going off of the level of difficulty, and also what is Brunson doing right now. I'm not about to sit here and argue about what Walt Frazier. I'm gonna sit here. I can see your argument if it's Patrick Ewing because it's also his most recent, and he took them to the conference championship in 2000, but he never got over the hump.
All I'm saying is I don't think your one beats my two. That's all I'm saying. If we're going off just rings,
cool.
The reason why I say this is because it goes off of individual success. Winning a championship requires a lot, like luck,
team,
organization, your team. You can say that if they win a ring, you can say that this would be the best Thunder team ever, or Minnesota team ever, or Knicks team ever. You can argue that. But you talk about individual play, you have to be better than everyone that's ever worn the uniform and what they've done while wearing the uniform. That's why I'm like, if I put the Raptors logo up, nobody's going to say Kawhi.
A lot of people will say Kawhi, though, bro. Yes, a lot of people will, bro.
If you put the Raptors logo up and say, who's the first person you think when you think of this logo, no one's going to say Kawhi Leonard. You know that.
They might, bro, because guess what? He's immortalized and won the championship. You don't, but you don't know that.
I do know that. You can bet. We can run this back in 10.
That's fine.
They are not retired.
I don't know that because he won. He came to them for 1 year and did what DeMar, Vince Carter, and Kyle Lowry could not do before.
Well, Kyle Lowry was on that team, so Kyle Lowry has more of a case to be the
I get that. See, that's why. Look, that's why I didn't argue you with Kawhi because the argument is different and it's a little jaded.
For me, like it's like the top 75, right? The top 75 was about individual success. Your championship is not what makes you top 75. That's why Kyrie didn't make it because it wasn't just you that won the championship. For individual success, Kyrie does not have any All-NBAs. He doesn't have that many points. Never led the league in his stat. When you talk about the greatest, like Minnesota Timberwolves, KG is their greatest scorer. He's their greatest rebounder. Their greatest defender. He's their best. He's their only MVP. He leads their franchise in every single stat. So, like, yes, like I still think he would be the greatest Minnesota Timberwolves. If Ant wins a ring, it'll immortalize him for sure. But as far as like individual success, if you just lined up his individual stats as a Timberwolf next to KG's, there's no way.
But that's why I say it's a different conversation we're having because I would say KG is a better overall player than Ant.
I'm just talking about if you just take KG's Minnesota numbers, forget the Celtic numbers.
I got it.
Just take his Minnesota numbers. Accolades, with Minnesota,
correct,
and line them up next to Ants. You would not say this guy's better.
I can't because, and then also
that's my point.
No, hold on, listen. But I'm saying I can't now without a championship from Ant. We just send a superstar caliber player that is arriving.
I still don't even think the ring would do it. Because let's say
I don't know about that.
KG has over 25,000 career points. Let's say 20,000 of those points was with Minnesota. So he's got 20,000 points. Let's say 10 All-Stars, 8 All-NBAs,
He's all the statistical
MVP,
stats, bro.
and 7 all-first-team all-defenses, and 4-time rebounding just with the Minnesota alone.
Cool.
You line it up, Ant's got 1,200 points, 1 All-NBA, 1 championship. You would not say this guy's better with the franchise. You wouldn't. It's just not enough yet. I think Ant could get there. He's 23.
Yeah, it's not. It is not enough yet.
I don't think he would off win the championship will eclipse KG. I think the team would eclipse any team KG.
I feel like that's not. I feel like that's not true. I feel like the conversation has already been. Look at Ant and his trajectory being 23. The people sitting here looking like he a young Jordan, and I get the comparisons. I wouldn't even compare him to that yet.
Well, that's already happened.
I'm just sitting there saying that between the Brunson or SGA, in my opinion, that's going not only immortalize them. Yeah, that's going to make them the best franchise player. That's my opinion, bro.
Like I look at Giannis. Giannis is the walking embodiment of what I'm talking about. Giannis leads the Bucks, and he clips them in points. He's the leading rebounder. Mm-hmm. I think he has the most blocks in their franchise history now, along with he's the MVP in that uniform, a two-time MVP in that uniform, a Finals MVP in that uniform, Defensive Player of the Year in that uniform. It's like Giannis is clearly the best Buck we've ever seen. Along with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Elgin Baylor. But like he has all the stats and the team accolades and the individual accolades. I don't think this team let's go back with Minnesota. Ant is benefiting off of new ownership, which KG didn't have. The ownership that KG first had when he got there, he was trying to get them better. He broke down his contract, got more players, won MVP, Western Conference Finals, and somewhere along the line, the organization turned their back on him, which is why he left. He might have stayed and won a championship had they treated him better. But it's also the reason why they've never done right by him. Why he's never had a statue. Never had jersey retired, but now they've got that guy out, and here comes these new owners, and they're putting a new team behind Ant and stuff like that. I think Ant, it takes that to win a championship. Ant is benefiting off of new ownership, things that KG just did not have. Yeah, but so it's just like so many things have to go right to win a championship. It's just so
which is absolutely true.
Like Kawhi won that ring because KD and Klay got hurt. Like absolutely so many things have to go right.
But guess what? They showed up, and they're the superstars of that team.
I don't think that's enough,
just like you saying everything can go right or wrong, you have to still go out there and perform. No matter what, bro. You have to still show up.
I just hate the fact that if you calling him the greatest, he got 2 All-Stars and 1 All-NBA to his name.
But I'm not that's what I'm saying. I'm just solely talking. I get what you're saying.
That's individual
but
success.
I'm solely talking about the franchise player.
Yeah, as a franchise player
and overall player. Like my case with
let's say the Knicks win it. Does Brunson win it without Mikal Bridges?
Bro, nobody can win it without a team. Bro.
That's what I'm saying. But
regardless, he is the number 1 player, bro. And Brunson has been the top 3 player in this playoffs.
Okay,
bro.
What if
he's a superstar player?
Right, okay, what if Cat outplays him in the finals and wins Finals MVP?
Okay,
will he still be the greatest Knick?
Brunson led the team, bro. Without Brunson, they are not there at all. They are. What I'm telling you, we are talking about superstar caliber players. Without Ant, without SGA, without Brunson, they don't get there. And to speak about what SGA is doing, the back-to-back years, he has done something that KD and Westbrook hasn't. Which is wins. They just had 68 wins almost back-to-back years, breaking the franchise record. And his potential.
The 68 ring wins is cool, but KD and Russ have played in more conference finals.
And I understand that. But guess what? And potentially, he didn't. What are you talking about? Yes, they
played in more finals.
They played more.
This is SGA's first time in the conference finals.
Got you, and that's check. But also, if he wins a ring, uncomfortable conversations are going to be had about who's the best franchise player.
I don't think so.
For sure,
I think Russ has done way too much in that uniform.
I think they're better overall players, but I just think that immortalizes them. And then also what SGA is doing that I would say Russ and KD hasn't, and even they were young. They were young.
Yeah, like things just
and I get that.
Way, man.
But still, you have to respect what they're doing right now. Too. It's not discrediting the greats.
Right now, I can guarantee you right now, the West is winning the championship this year. Neither one of the teams on the East are better than the Wolves or the Thunder.
That's to be seen, though. That's to be seen, because I feel like anybody can get it. These 4 teams, bro, that are one thing they all got.
Let's just say, if everything goes the right way, like if no one gets hurt and everybody plays their style of basketball, like nothing weird happens, because it's the playoffs. Injuries happen.
Yeah, the West has more depth.
The West has the better teams left. If everything just goes the way it's supposed to go, it never goes that way. Yeah. Like that's why I be like, yo, I'm telling you, like things really gotta go your way.
I'm just telling you, bro.
To win a championship. I just think like you gotta put in more work. I feel like it's just too soon. I feel like in today's NBA, we want to crown guys too soon. Like everybody wanted Ant to be the face without winning anything, and everybody wants somebody to be the GOAT. They want to compare guys to Jordan. Mm-hmm. They want to compare SGA to Kobe, and it's like, wait a minute, hold on, like stop, wait a minute, like
all too soon. I get what you're saying.
That's my thing. I think winning a championship is great. But it's like, yo, man, like I don't think that's enough to call you the greatest this franchise has ever seen. Because guys put you have to think about what a player means to the franchise as well. So many guys have put in so many years of sweat equity. Like Vince Carter brought the Raptors relevancy, respect. Like he brought them all of that. He just didn't have an organization.
And so did DeMar and Kyle Lowry. I get that. I agree.
Even Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh was a multi-time All-Star while he was there.
I get it.
He just didn't have an organization that put around the right team around him.
Now, see, the Raptors, I wouldn't argue with you because you make a great point. But it is a lot of people out here that will say Kawhi. Just based off of what they did that year, how impactful it was, their playoff run, and him getting it done in 1 year. It's impressive. So I get all the arguments, but I totally understand where you're coming from.
I get where you're coming from. Winning a championship is a lot, especially if it's your first one. That team will forever be immortalized. But if we talk about just the player, I think it's strictly down to individual success along with the championship. I feel like you need a lot of both.
You do. Man, I love that AJ Brown's finally said something about it. Yeah. I love that somebody had, you know what I'm saying, the courage to go up there and talk about this and talk to his other teammates. He was talking to the press, but I'm sure it was something in regards to the teammates, or it was a certain type of interview. But regardless of what he was doing, the message was the message. So AJ Brown had a message to his teammates, and also I say athletes in general, about the struggle that they're having with objectifying women. Like, you are a millionaire. You can get any woman that you want.
They're literally throwing themselves.
But you're choosing to go this route, to do these certain type of things that's going to get you ultimately in trouble and get you to be seen in a certain light. So it's like, nowadays, bro, these athletes, these people, public figures, you are doing it to yourself. You have so many examples out there of what you should not be doing. And every single chance that you get, we see a lot of, we see it all the time, bro. Objectifying women, assault cases, situations that you could avoid.
That you put yourself into.
But you continue to go down this path and go down this route. And it's like, I completely don't understand it. I know I'm not in their shoes, but you can't unlame a lame.
That's true.
And that's really what it comes down to, bro. You can't unlame a lame, and then certain behaviors are going to follow. No matter if you get money, that's only going to make that behavior, and you know what I'm saying? It's going to
make it louder.
It's going to make the behavior
louder.
But I just feel like these situations could be avoided. I love that AJ Brown talked about it, because you don't hear a lot of athletes or public figures talk about what's actually going on behind closed doors.
Porn addiction, that's a big topic that needs to be had, and I'm not going to be a hypocrite, like porn has hit all of us, still affecting some of us, and it's just like, and it's difficult now, because it's just like, like that stuff it used to be a lot harder to get. Now it's like people are legit making it on their phone and putting it and uploading it. It's super available, just like all these women are super available. Like social media has, especially if you got money. Like, money gives you access, but now you already have access. It's like, it's insanity. So it's like, it's a definitely needed conversation, and it's tough. And there's so many circumstances and lessons to be learned. And like, you have people that you can watch and see, like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, I don't want to mess with this person. But we think short term. We always think short term, and that's what sin is like. Definitely one of the lessons in sin is like, sin promises you a good time, for however long that lasts, but the aftermath is never worth it. It's never worth it in the end. It seems like, it seems like in the moment it seems like a great idea, But at the end of it, it's never worth it. And I'm like literally like after you finish, it is never worth it in the end. So I mean, you pretty much said all that can be said. But it's a conversation that needed to be had. I wish it was talked about more. I wish that had made more like rounds, like through the algorithm. I wish that had been publicized more.
Because it was publicized, but
it looked like the quality was blurry. It looked like somebody was recording it offhand or whatever.
And it's weird because when it's always a good message, a lot of times
negativity spreads more than
absolutely,
unfortunately.
Absolutely.
But I feel like that's one of the few things that guys need to do when they find themselves, in this position with money, and like the same way there used to be artist development, it needs to be, those different type of things that to sit down and talk with guys about, like, hey, this is how you manage your money, this is how you don't go broke, and this is how you navigate, temptation out here, because it's out here and it will derail your career
for sure. And that's what I loved about Deion Sanders too, because it was clips going around about him having Brittany Renner there come and talk and stuff like that. But I feel like that's very important. Yeah, it's very important because that conversation needs to be had, because you have a flip side where you looking at a woman and you think it's all glitter and gold, but she rob you blind. Blind because you out here with your nose all up and not understanding your position. And it could easily go left, bro.
It goes back to what we talked about last week. We think we know what we would do, but we've never been in those positions.
Facts.
Like for me, like if I didn't have Jesus, I don't know who I'd be. I'm confident that if I, when I do make a lot of money, that I'm gonna be, okay. But I'm only confident because I know I'll still have Jesus. But even then, like I still have to stay grounded in my faith. Without it, then. I could easily succumb to any of the same stuff. Like I'm not Superman either, Facts. So
and we all, to your point, we all got choices. I wanted us to name some actors or actresses that play the character so good that you have a jaded view of this person, bro. First and foremost is my boy off of Diary of Mad Black Woman, Tyler Perry, bald head dude who. Every time I see him. He get on my daggone nerves, bro. I can't stand the sight of him just off of that movie. Then off of BMF, he the police officer. It's just certain.
He was in 12 rounds with John Cena too. I ain't like his character in that either.
Certain characters, bro, that maybe they are typecast, but like every time I see them, or if I seen them in one movie or one show and they acted so good, I just have a jaded view of them.
For me, and he was also in this movie. He was the main villain because he's always playing somebody sneaky or conniving. Except for in The Wire. In The Wire, he was the mayor.
Yes,
the guy that played Littlefinger in Game of Thrones.
I know you talking about.
There is not a single film other than The Wire where he was not sneaky. He was Littlefinger. Oh, I couldn't stand him as Littlefinger. I couldn't stand him in 12 rounds with John Cena. I didn't like. I can't. He was in He was a bad guy in. You ever seen The Maze Runner?
No.
He was in the second and third. We gotta watch the Maze. The trilogy is fire. He was in the second and third one. I couldn't stand. Like, I can't. I don't know his name, but I know his name. If you ever watch Game of Thrones, Littlefinger. I cannot stand that dude. Speaking of Game of Thrones, the guy that played Joffrey, he actually played Joffrey so well he stopped acting because people could not.
Yep, they can't detach it. Yep.
Like literally, people were treating him so badly in real life that he just stopped acting.
I think that's how the perception of how we look at Tyreek now. Tyreek is another one.
Yeah,
like for sure. Like no matter what you say or how you feel about him, he's always going to have this image because of power. Another one is Michael Ealy. Like Michael Ealy of recent years. Yeah, it's a twin. Michael Ealy of recent years, bro, in a lot of these movies.
Yeah, he's been the creep.
Boy, for Color Girls Only, I don't even know if you've seen that, boy.
I haven't seen it, but I know what he does at the end.
Oh my God, I see. Oh Lord, I can't look at bro the same way. Lynn Whitfield, Winfield, you know her. What's it called?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lynn Whitfield.
Yes, every movie she in, she's conniving, devious.
She's in The Chi right now.
Yep, she's out. She is in The Chi.
Loretta Devine. Not that I don't like her, but she always plays a mom. So if I ever saw Loretta Devine, I would probably. She's always somebody's mother.
That's a good one. She's all, bro. It's not a movie or show. She's not somebody's mom.
She plays the mom differently every time. I give her that, but she's somebody's mother.
it's funny because Tyler Perry has a lot of actors and actresses that I look at a certain way based off of that.
I'm not gonna lie. And the only reason why I don't look at him differently is because of Set It Off. But Blair Underwood in that Tyler Perry movie, where he was beating on that girl,
definitely Blair Underwood. Dang,
I ain't gonna lie. Set It Off is the only thing that helps me separate it.
But he still was kind of devious and kind of weird.
He wasn't the creep. He was a gentleman. He was romantic. He loved Stoney. But in the Tyler Perry film, boy, he was domestic violence. That scene where he gets up in the middle of the night
that was crazy.
And almost threw off the roof. He was crazy for that. He was crazy in that one. Set It Off is the only thing that saves me because I've seen him in something else. I was like, all right, cool.
And my boy, and you remember Why Did I Get Married? Bald Cuz.
Oh yeah.
Definitely him. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, bro.
The only other thing I've seen him in for real is The Wood.
The Wood for sure. And he been in some movies though, but
he
is always that.
He's gonna be Mike.
Movies.
He's always gonna be Mike. That was crazy to me.
Yeah, I feel like we can go down the list, bro. But I do feel like of recent years, I think Tyreek has gotten the most hate. Unfortunately, because his character killed Ghost. People still not over.
I promise you, if you rewatch Power, you get so mad. You would get so mad, Tariq. You'd be like whatever you thought of him in the new show, you would go out the way like, oh, I know this is why I hate this. I remember why I don't like you.
I'm always stupid. I'm always gonna attach him to Ghost, bro.
I'm like, he's just stupid
and spoil you, bro, and spoil you.
He kept bringing up Breeze like he knew Breeze or something.
I'm glad that's
why do you care?
I'm glad that we finally found Breeze, bro, because everybody in their speculations of who Breeze was, oh my lord, bro. Whew. I was tired of it. Breeze every 5 seconds. Before I even get to our most iconic baseball caps draft, because I'm talking about Power, Joey Badass, bro, and we haven't been on the show to talk about it. When I'm telling you, Joey Badass, sweep. It's a sweep.
He cleaned it up.
And I'm gonna tell you, he's had good competition. You know, Ray Vaughn has definitely stepped up and had some good songs. Daylight has stepped up. Half and half.
Reason is good, but I don't like their disses have not been good.
Reason is good.
And Reason can rap his behind.
And
they just have.
And the reason why I feel like Joey Badass, what he's saying hits more, is because he has more dirt and he kind of is like the big dog in the situation and can really sun them, because it's not really much you can say about Joey. Like at a certain point, you know, they just talking about, oh yeah, you went to Diddy, all that stuff gets old.
Yeah, and Ray Vaughn keeps trying to bring up his career, and like, man, Joey has a way better career.
Exactly, it's like
you don't get to be the guy that
you're basically reviving.
And he did it off his own without a label. Yeah, and he did it off his own muscle.
And he's basically reviving your career or excelling your career just by responding to
Ray Vaughn just dropped an album, so this is helping you. Like going out with Joey
for sure.
Because a lot of guys were complaining about Pro Era not stepping up. Nick Carson, who was a member of Pro Era, the white boy, he just put out a reply yesterday. I have to hear it. But so somebody from Pro Era is finally backing Joey.
Joey cleaning up
he
house.
Has been cleaning up.
Cleaning up house. And you talking about a strategic move? This how you know it was over. When you bring Loaded Lux in which Daylight has been ducking. He brought
Daylight been saying he's gonna battle Loaded.
He brought Loaded Lux into the picture, bro.
Yeah, I didn't know that was Lux. I didn't recognize his voice off rip.
Barbecue chicken. And Joey with the last track,
been out rapping these
Crash Dummy.
Yeah.
Then he trolling the West Coast.
Yeah,
I don't care what nobody say, Hugh, and you may differ. I understand that a lot of people say Kendrick shouldn't have to respond. He don't need to respond. He's not on the same level. He just wiped up your whole team and most of the West Coast. I believe if you are the boogeyman of rap, and Joey's constantly calling you out, I'm talking about a formidable opponent rap-wise, just straight rap-wise, I feel like Kendrick needs to respond.
Yeah, as an MC.
I feel like he needs to respond as an MC.
I don't think he should.
I'm not sure if he should, but I said
the timing is not good for him.
He needs to respond just solely off the fact that he just wiped up TDE. He's calling out your name. He talking about he the real boogeyman. He's playing in these songs. He's actually rapping. And he's on, and he's not far fetched from your level as far as rap.
I don't think Kendrick is above responding, but I think because of the touring, he shouldn't respond because you don't have the time, you don't have the focus. It's just not, you're not in the space to do it. Now, the one person who does need to respond, because it's not just about Joey and Kendrick. It's right now. I can't believe I'm living in the East Coast, West Coast modern
facts.
days.
That's facts.
As long as we keep it strictly rap and cool, one person needs to respond that could give Joey some bump he needs to give is the Game. The game has been radio silent.
I mean,
if there's a guy,
for what?
Hold on, if there's a guy from the West that can rap his behind off, that is battle tested,
I agree.
That could do this.
I agree.
It's the game.
It is the game.
I'm just being honest. The game could make it so that Kendrick doesn't have to say anything, but for whatever reason, the game has been silent. I don't know why.
This is what he's known for too. And
this is his whole bag.
And
this is it. I don't know why he's silent.
But look at it like this too. You always have relationships.
He's a big enough artist.
The game and Kendrick haven't had always the best relationship.
But it's about the West right now.
It is about the West.
The West Coast. It ain't about Kendrick for real.
It's particularly about TDE in particular because most of the roster that's who's responding. From Reason to Daylight. I know Reason's not there anymore, but to Reason to Daylight.
Ab-Soul is not really.
Ab-Soul got in the mix a little bit, but all of them are still TDE artists, bro.
But Kendrick's not even on TDE anymore.
I get it, but this still your team. I don't care what you say. This top, you on tour with SZA. You still affiliate, regardless of what. We always going to look at you in the likes of TD, no matter if you with them or not.
I don't think it's a scenario where I don't think it's a lose situation for Kendrick. I think if he doesn't respond, he's fine because he's on tour and he doesn't need to. But at the same time, if he does,
it's not like he's losing.
Fine. Okay. But I do think because of the circumstances, like we've seen what happens when rappers try to do this while they're on tour. Like you don't have the time to sit and get to a studio. You don't have the time to really sit down and really get your thoughts together and really put the pen paper to work. It just doesn't benefit.
All I'm gonna say is,
but the game needs to say something.
All I'm gonna say is with the Kendrick thing, the boogeyman persona. I mean, I get it. You just went up against the biggest artist in the world, and you doing your victory lap. Got it. Cool. You calling yourself the boogeyman of rap, bro? It's MCs actually trying to rap with you. Step out there, and I'm not saying that. And I know Kendrick,
I like it the way it is right now.
I'm not gonna say he's not gonna respond because I feel like Kendrick is going to respond, but just not in the time we wanted him to respond. I think he's going to make, slight jabs. I don't think he's going to make a whole diss track in which Joey's doing right now. And I look like you said, it show with Joey and the competition he's having, it's giving them light too because they can rap. The ones that are responding, they can rap.
They can rap. I just don't.
It's just as far as Joey, he's in a different bag right now. Yeah. He's in a different bag.
The better rapper doesn't always win in the disses. Like sometimes it's about who's meaner, who can.
Yeah, and he's more creative. And he's swagging and creating it out.
He's more creative in this right now.
I agree.
I also like it the way it is. Like I don't even need Kendrick. I like it the way it is. I like the guys is just throwing out disses. It's all on YouTube. We not screaming it.
But it just got to the point where
just writing it and just
firing. It's been so many disses now. Now it's to the point where it's like okay.
I've definitely calmed down on playing everybody's stuff.
It's like, all right, now I feel like Joey won. It was some good opponents. It was good comp. But on to the next.
Yeah, I feel like Joey won. I feel like we can move on from this. Because it hasn't been close.
Yeah.
And I ain't going to lie. It's a good thing he was doing it on his own. Because some of these New York... Wait, there's one dude. I'm sorry, J. I'm sorry. King Kai. Yo.
He went crazy.
Kai Cash.
I know.
Yo, I was like, wait, who is this? And then I looked him up. I'm gonna play this album that he dropped. I looked him up. He's on the same label as Jack Harlow and Lil Uzi.
He tough, bro.
I'm like, wait a minute. Who is this guy?
He tough. I discovered him through this.
Through this. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, well, who the heck is this? He's like that.
He was like that, bro.
And he was calling out New York. He said, we gotta stop drill rapping and we gotta get back to this. I was like, wait, who is this kid? Yeah, he was like that. I like him. I'm a fan now.
So that's why this has all been special because you get to view some other people, get to explore their music, and you know what I'm saying, especially the ones that's really rapping. All right, so let's get back to our draft. Come on, let's do the draft. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And this just on a whim. Nah, this is a draft, and I think 5 each we can do. All right, so most iconic, not baseball caps. I want to do just most iconic hats draft. Most iconic hats draft. All right. All right, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I already knew he was going to do it.
Come on now. All right, I'm going to go with the New York Yankees.
Oh, these don't steal mine. Come on now.
That's the number one hat.
It is. But I'll say 1A, 1B is LA.
Yeah.
You could say, well, I'm gonna go to LA Dodgers hat. I'm going to go to LA Dodgers hat. What's your 2?
I'm gonna go with the snapback.
But which one?
I'm gonna go with the Charlotte Hornets.
Okay.
Charlotte Hornets snapback. Okay. That was like.
That was a time. I used to have that.
I've never owned one. I wanted one, but that was
I'm gonna say
Holy Grail snapback.
For my number 2 it definitely has to be the Oakland Raiders. The Oakland Raiders snapback is legendary. I think one of the most iconic.
I'm gonna go with
You messed up because I got 2 back to back for you. Watch.
Let me see.
I know
I'm
you
gonna go with
the.
I mean, if you got one hat, you got them all. It's like
Nah,
I'm gonna go with the. I want to say the St. Louis. The St. Louis job.
Okay, that's a good one.
The St. Louis fitted has always been.
That's a solid one.
It's one of the few ones that has 3 letters instead of 2. It's always been a solid.
I'm gonna go with. I'm surprised he didn't say this, but I'm gonna go with the Washington. Come on, I'm gonna go with the Washington cap. Come on now. I'm gonna go with the Washington fitted baseball cap.
I didn't think
Come
that
on
was gonna go that early.
That's one actually that's universal as well too. I've seen a lot of people outside of DMV wear that Washington's cap. So that's my third one.
I was gonna go with that, man, but I didn't think I was gonna go that early. Shoot, whatever. Number 4, I'm going with the NERD trucker hat, man. Y'all see me with the Pharrell trucker hat. It's iconic. It's rare. It glows in the dark, and it's just one of those, man. It's just one of those. Not everybody can have that.
This where he lost. I'm gonna go with the White Sox baseball fitted cap. White Sox. Come on now. And I already got my last one. Barbecue chicken.
See, you had time to think about it.
No, it's not the time to fit. I wear hats just like you.
Oh yeah, I don't. But
I'm
you wear hats way more than me.
Snapback.
I just started wearing hats.
Fitted, bro. Come on now.
I just started wearing hats, like literally. I'm not a big hat guy.
Who's your last one? What's your last one?
I don't even know. I don't even know. I said St. Louis. You got the Dodgers is out. Sox is out. I'm gonna go with.
There's a couple more in there.
It is.
Trust.
It is.
Shoot, I'm surprised you ain't say the hat I got on.
Yeah, I said a snapback, didn't I?
Nah, but the team, like.
Yeah, but that's not.
Hoyas? Georgetown for sure.
Yeah, but as far as like the hats, like you don't see that many people rocking.
That's true.
Georgetown
That's
hat.
true. It's more apparel.
Yeah, it's more of the apparel. The hat. I don't really know. I'm gonna go with. I want to say the Padres or the Cubs.
Oh no, that's a good one.
Padres, I've seen that P hat.
Yeah,
a lot.
I was gonna say that's a popular one. I'm gonna go. My last one. Come on now, is the Bulls. The Bulls.
I wanted to say the Bulls. But I didn't really feel like that was.
But
like,
of course, bro. What the Bulls cap?
I didn't really feel like that was that hit like that.
Yeah,
like NBA logo
bro.
hats. I didn't really feel like
from the '90s, from the 2000s, even to present day snapbacks. The Bulls cap, bro. You know that, especially when Jordan was really outside. That everybody with the starter jacket
on my brain, but I just didn't feel like
Bulls cap, boy. I smoked, bro. This is a landslide, y'all.
I don't know if it's a landslide. You have the Yankee
team league versus
I
team.
I have the Yankee and I have the Charlotte hat snapback,
which is good.
Landslide.
I just don't think
it probably is a landslide.
I just don't think you went with the LA Dodgers, the Washington cap, and the White Sox.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Those
I'm not gonna lie.
Iconic, bro. Iconic.
I'm not gonna lie. I do need a Washington hat. I keep telling myself to buy one.
Before we get up out of here, we have our college story edition. Seeing if you want to come with any college stories that you want to reminisce about. I have one for today. Hilarious one, matter of fact.
Yo, shoot, I'm gonna leave. I ain't gonna say no names in this one.
And that's where it gets funny.
They probably these guys probably watch the pod.
Gotta leave everybody anonymous, boy.
I'll leave it anonymous. But I remember we was at camp. It was sophomore year, second camp, and some of us are in the common room area chilling, and a lot of guys were in the cafeteria. And there's around the time of camp where a volleyball team pulled up, so they was in the cafeteria having lunch, and two of the teammates. I'm not in the cafeteria. I'm in the common room. No, I hear about what happened later. So two of them are joning or whatever, back and forth, and it was just jokes or whatever. And then, I felt like what I was told. One guy felt like one guy was taking a little too far, and it wasn't letting up. And then it gets a little tricky with men. We gotta know when to stop because you got the fellas watching, and then now there are women in the vicinity as well. Pride started kicking in, and so it became a little more serious. And then in the midst of it being serious, one guy smushed the other guy's face. And then I don't know what happened after that, but I just remember like they said I think he walked off because he didn't want to like find him in the cafeteria, and the other guy followed him. Oh my! And so again, some of us are in the common room area, and we hear them arguing coming up the steps, and we like, what the heck is going on? So now we all watching, and they going back and forth, and the dude that got mushed is mad because he want to fight, and the other one's like, bro, I'm not about to do this with you. I ain't about to risk my scholarship trying to fight you.
Well, you should put your hands on him.
And the other dude's like, bro, this is D3. I don't know none of us got scholarships. We all bust out laughing. He said, I ain't gonna lie. He got a point. None of us got scholarships. But I'm not gonna lie. So when I heard what happened, I was kind of like, yeah, I'm with him, because I'm like, if you put your hands on my face, you're prepared to fight me, and I would have followed you too. I'm not gonna lie, I would have followed you.
You mush
off
me
the street and down the block.
You mush me and try to walk away, bro. I might knock your head off, bro.
We gotta
off your shoulder.
We gotta have this out at this point. We gotta have this out. So, but that was for me. It wasn't about trying to embarrass. The story's not to embarrass nobody. But the funniest part of the story is when he said,
right, this D3,
none of us got scholarships. We all died laughing. That was the funniest part of the story. That's the story that comes to mind. If you know, you know. But yeah, that was
this college story is hilarious that we talk about, me and my college friend to this day. So me being the one who always had the car, bruh, we would go any and everywhere. So we used to go to Providence, Rhode Island. We used to go to J. Woo. Johnson & Wales used to have all the best parties, block parties. So we going out there for the one time. Mind you, this is the iPhone week. This is the week that I was going through trauma with my phone, switching T-Mobile to back to AT&T to back to T-Mobile, all that. Getting new iPhones, trying to get situated. If y'all know when the iPhone had colors with the 5C, you know, you had the different colors. That was a golden era. So I was getting the 5C. So that whole week, just struggling, going through it. So the weekend come, we drive out there. We going to J. Woo. We at the block party, bro. We lit. We are having an amazing time with my friends, bro. I get to dancing. You know, we get to dancing there. We in the circle, whatever. Mind you, my friends know everything that's going on with my phone, bro. I just got the new phone. Had all this stress. So I'm over here dancing. One of my friends, bro, I'm like dancing. Bruh, smacked the phone out of my hand on accident because he was dancing. That joint just fall face first. We out in the block party. Everybody just stopped. Bro. I'm just looking at him like, bro. I know, bro. I know you ain't just break my phone. Mind you, I pick it up. All right, it's cool. Bet. Later that day, we still get turned, whatever. So later that day, I blame myself. I was over here chilling with my boys. We just got back situated. Yo, I'm over here. We over here laughing, playing. So I'm laughing. I accidentally hit the steering wheel with the phone. That junk shattered, bro. We talking about sick to death, bro. That junk just went through the trauma of splatting. I'm talking about on concrete.
You should have hit me because I had a plug in Massachusetts that would come to me and fix my phone when I broke my screen. Because my dad found it. That guy, I used to call that dude, and he would come to the school, and he would fix my phone in front of me, and then I just pay him like $70 real quick.
You talking about mad, bro? I ain't never been so mad in my life.
You would hit me. I had the plug.
And it's crazy because I just went through all of that with my phone. And look, the phone I had previously, it was cracked. So I was already upgrading into a new phone. The same day I got the new phone, bro, cracked it.
Yeah, you should have hit me. Should have hit me, bro. Should have hit me, fool. I had the plug for you.
Sick as hell.
Wait, I got one more story. So it's a football story. Mm-hmm. They're both football stories. First of all, training camp sucks. I'm sorry. I love the season.
2 a day.
Love my guys. Training camp was some of the worst things ever. I hated camp. Oh my gosh, I hated camp. Just a week with the same people, just playing football for 12 hours straight. You wake up, you eat breakfast, meetings, practice, lists, practice. It's just.
I miss football, but I don't miss that.
Yeah, it's just meetings all day long. I mean, it's just football nonstop, 24. There's no break for anything else. Like you just can't wait for school to start because it's like something in between football.
Right.
Like you get football out. This is in season. Sophomore year, yeah, we took a L. Took a bad L. I forgot the team we played. We took a bad L. Mm-hmm. And the next day we had this practice, like on the baseball field. Fam, when I tell you that was some of the most running I've ever done in my life. That was by far the worst we've ran ever. Like, it was to the point, like, literally, guys were looking, like, we were on the ground, guys were looking around. Because they're waiting to see somebody get up and quit. And I promise you, had any of my captains got up and quit, I'd have got up with them. I promise you. Not even my captains. Because the captains we had that year, we didn't even mess with those two. We didn't want them as captains. But I'm talking about anybody important. Anybody important, I said, if Dev or Chop had gotten up, I tweet this at least once a month. I said, I promise you, if Dev or Chop would have got up and walked off, I'm like, man, I'm out. I didn't have enough clout. Like, but if I leave, it ain't going to mean nothing. Like, but I'm like, if Dev or Chop leave, I'm out of here. We was ready to quit. Everybody was ready to quit that day.
2 days.
It was a wrap. I was like, nah, if one of y'all quit, I promise you I'm gone.
And y'all know what the most difficult thing is about a college campus or being away from home is for a male getting a haircut. Yeah. So, mind you, getting a haircut.
I was getting bad haircuts.
One of the most important. And I was getting bad haircuts until I linked up with my barber that was there. Still to this day, one of my best barbers I ever had.
Shout out to Omar, man.
And definitely, bro. Shout out to my barber up there, bro. Because he's saving.
Dude.
But, mind you, this situation was one of the funniest things ever, bro. Room 108, bro. Room 108 haircuts. Come get your haircuts. My boys was out here trolling at first. But a lot of people was trying to get their hair cut. My boy couldn't really cut hair. Both of my boys, they were just, really playing around. They knew what to do, but they don't really know how to cut hair. So mind you, this happened for a week. We run 108, bro. My boy coming up there cutting people, bro. Mind you, it looked bad, but it wasn't terrible. But one day, I'm talking about one of my boys. Bro, he was like, well, we over here run 108. We laughing, playing. When I'm talking about my boy, who just went in straight against the grain. Bruh, cut a whole patch in cuz head, bruh. And I'm screaming, run 108, run 108. Bruh, we had a whole, bruh, I'm talking about, to this day,
was there a fight?
To this day, I still don't know. Nah, this is the story. Because run 108 gets very interesting. So, like I said, we have our football players, but one of our football players that I used to get cut from, he was cutting hair. Mind you, this is one of my birthday nights, but one of my other friends, he amping up my other friend because our football friend cut his hair, but it was crooked. So he get drunk. He amping him up. This is the meanest setup I ever seen in my life, Hugh. So he amping him up. Everybody coming to my room, like football players coming to my room to celebrate my birthday. Mind you, he amped my friend up. So he over here low key mad. We getting lit, all that. We not thinking nothing of it. He like, bro, when he come in this room, I'm a glasses, man. I'm a steal him. When he come in his room, I don't know what the other dude, the barber, don't know nothing about this. So, mind you, one of the football players, two of them, was really close friends with the barber one, and they went up to go get him off some crazy setup stuff, knowing what's about to happen. My boy, he come in the room. We thinking my boy playing about really glassing. I'm like, bro, you not about to hit him over a haircut that you got 2 months ago. You just mad. Scream room 108. I'm talking about Hugh glassed this man. Stole him. Crazy part is, dude that got stole didn't even fall, bro. Just off some, bro, what did you do that for? A whole melee in the room, bro. Whole melee going on in the room, bro. Bro, that was one of the funniest moments, bro. I'm talking about on my crying, could not breathe because, first of all, his friends wild as hell, bro. That's the crazy. They wild. To this day, that's one of the wildest setups I ever seen. But it was so funny because not only did he glass him, he didn't even drop him, bro. And it was just a whole melee right there, bro. One of the funniest moments in college, bro. We call that room 108. Room 108.
We did the mannequin challenge.
Yeah, that mannequin challenge back then. Did Sway Lee, what's it called? Ray Sherman had
Black Beatles. Yeah, we did
the
mannequin
college
challenge
on lock.
Who got that video, Mo? I need to know. I'm out of here.
We got one.
See who got the video. But yeah.
But we not gonna take up more of y'all time, man. Much love. Shout out to y'all. Hey, like, share, subscribe to Face on View Podcast. We out.